Hey guys, welcome back to another live stream. Good morning, everyone. We are live, and last week we got the issue with the live stream. When I started the stream, once I finished the introduction, the thunderstorm started in my city, and for that reason, there was the glitch in the power system, and electricity dropped for a couple of hours, and I didn't manage to continue the live stream. And for that reason, it was the first time in 3 years when the live stream completely dropped, and that was very sad. That was very sad. It was so sad, especially because I checked the weather forecast before the stream started, and there were no mentionings of the thunderstorm and stuff. So, for that reason, last time I did not manage to do a live session for you, and I promised to do that again. So, we are live today, and I hope that you're ready for another live session. I hope that you are ready for another live stream. And show me your presence, traders. Show me that you are watching. Just let me know if everything is working. Show me that you are here, that you're ready for another live session, and that you are ready to learn something new. As always, during our live sessions, we have a live chat. And during the entire live stream, I will read the live chat, I will read your questions, I will read your comments, and we will try to have a dialogue so that you could ask me if something is not clear in my analysis. You could ask me to analyze any instrument you want, and we have a very simple rule during this live streams that I won't finish the session. I won't finish this session before I answer all your questions. So show me that you're here and say hello. Hello Santosh, hello Lee Shiki, hello Noah, Yadav here, David, Ernest here, Sammy here. Thanks for joining. Hello Astra, thanks for joining the live stream. So thinking about what to start the today's session, I spotted a couple of swing trading setups. I see a lot of swing trading setups for today, and to warm up, I think we will discuss the swing trading setup on Aussie dollar pair. And I also see the breakout trade on Dow Jones Index. We will check that. I see the breakout setup on dollar index. We will check that if you wish. And I see a swing trading setup on New Zealand CAD. So we have a lot of setups. Of course, we will analyze gold. Of course, we will analyze more instruments. So thank you for being here. Hello, Konstantin. Hello, Asefi, Milan, Ugo, Mirai. Thanks for joining. Vilsao here, watching from UK. Thanks for joining. So let's warm up analyzing Aussie dollar pair. Aussie dollar pair, I see swing trading setup. And my trading strategy, if you are here the first time, my trading strategy is called a top-down trading strategy. That strategy is based on the analysis of multiple time frames. That strategy is based on the analysis of multiple time frames from higher time frame to a lower time frame. And for analysis, we apply technical analysis, we apply price action analysis, we apply support and resistance analysis, patterns, candlesticks. So it is a purely technical analysis strategy. And let me show you how this strategy works, because that's what I like about this strategy, is that strategy can be applied for swing trading, day trading, scalping, and depending on your trading style, you can apply the rules of this trading strategy to trade any time frame, any financial market, and basically any setup. So on Aussie dollar pair, what we do when we are looking for a swing trading setup, we start our analysis with the higher time frame. We start our analysis with the daily. And on a daily time frame, we have two important things to do. The first thing that we should do, we should analyze the market trend. We should analyze the market trend on the instrument, and we should identify the current direction of the market. Hello, Ma. Hello, Victor. Hello, Dominique. Thanks for joining. Jaboka here. Thanks for joining. So, if we analyze the market trend on Aussie dollar here, we can easily spot that here we have a significant point, the point from where the market started to trade in a bullish trend. You can see that from that point we saw strong bullish impulse, then the market retraced. We saw one more significant bullish impulse, the market updated the high here. Then we dropped, we set a higher low here, and then we bounced again and we set a new higher high. So from such a perspective, we can see that Aussie dollar here was trading in a strong bullish trend here, updating the highs and setting higher lows. Then look what happened with the pair once the market reached that historic resistance. Look what happened with the market once that significant resistance was reached. You can see that from that significant resistance, the market started to fall rapidly. And you can see that here we formed a significant bearish impulse. Very important bearish impulse was formed here. Why this impulse here is so important? Because if we analyze the structures, we can spot that here was the level of our last higher low in a bullish trend. And if you are starting the price action analysis, if you are starting the smart money concepts, you should know that in a bullish trend, the most important point in our analysis is always the level of the last higher low. That is a very important point. And while the price is trading within, above that point, while the price is staying above the level of the last higher low, the trend remains bullish. We remain bullish biased, and we say that the trend is bullish. But the violation of the level of the last higher low is a very important event. The violation of the level of the last higher low signifies the so-called change of character. It signifies the violation of the current bullish trend, and for us it is a very significant event. For smart money traders, for price action traders, the violation of the last higher low level in a bullish trend is a very important event that you should always look for. Yes, and your ability to recognize that event will help you to make accurate predictions. So we see the confirmed change of character here on Aussie dollar appear, and for us it signifies that the market successfully violated this bullish trend. So the violation of this bullish trend signifies that the market is no more bullish here, and the fact that we formed such a strong bearish impulse here signifies that the sentiment now is strongly bearish. So with the trend analysis, we now have our so-called directional bias. We may assume what is going to be the future direction of the market, just relying on our trend analysis. With that in mind, what we should do, we should analyze now the historical structures. We should analyze from where we can now short the market and where can be the target for our trade if we short. So now let's analyze the structures. And if we analyze the structures, we can spot that here is our last higher low. And based on that last higher low here, we have quite an important horizontal structure support here. The support that was respected many times in a row in the past is a very significant structure here that the market violated. And of course, after the breakout, that support here could have turned into resistance, into a strong zone of supply from where the market may drop. Yes, it was a strong support. Now it is broken. Presumably it is now a strong resistance. So we may assume that because our directional bias is bearish, now from that broken structure, the market may keep falling. And of course, there's no guarantee that the market will drop exactly from that area. Higher, we have more structures to watch. Of course, we have significant structure here, right? Very important broken structure here. We have a broken structure here. So you can see that we have a lot of resistances here lying very close to each other. And we can look for shorting from all these resistances. And once one of these resistances is reached from one of these resistances, we can look for shorting the pair. Now, if we short, if we assume that from one of the structures the market will start falling, where will be the next goal for the sellers? Where will be our target for the trade? Where will be the goal for our trading position? And again, for the target, we should also analyze the historical structures and identify the closest support, because so far we identified the resistances, but we haven't spotted any support. If we look left, we can easily spot our closest key support. Our closest key support on the pair is right here. You can see that here we have a very significant structure. Again, from that structure here, we saw a strong bullish impulse. And with the high probability, that structure here will be a very important support in the past. It is the closest support, and we may assume that from one of the structures, the market will drop all the way down to that support. So we have a very nice potential for a further bearish continuation. Traders, I hope that you follow so far the reasoning. I hope that my price action analysis makes sense to you. As always, if something is not clear, please ask and I will clarify. So we identified these three resistances. We discussed that these three resistances can provide the areas, the zones from where we can sell. But of course, we are not selling the market aggressively from the structures. Of course, we do not place the selling orders just within these areas. It is not enough for us. Just the fact that the structure here was broken is not enough for us to open a short position. It will be very risky. We need something else that will increase the probabilities that the breakout is valid, that the broken structure is still significant. And here goes the multiple time frame analysis. Multiple time frame analysis can help you to identify the confirmation. It can help you to identify the confirmation of your predictions. And if we are looking for a confirmation, what exactly we are looking for? If we are bearish bias here, if we believe that Aussie dollar will keep falling from one of the structures, what confirmation should we look for? We should look for some bearish confirmation, right? We should look for something bearish. And in my trading, what I'm looking for a bearish price action pattern. And for swing trading, I look for the pattern on a 4-hour time frame. So after the test of one of the broken structures, we will analyze a 4-hour time frame, and on the 4-hour time frame, we will look for a bearish pattern. Hello, Mansoor. Thanks for your feedback. So now let's check what is happening on the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, if we analyze the price action on the 4-hour time frame, we should study what exactly happened with the pair once this broken support was tested. We should analyze how exactly the market reacted to that. And here we can spot multiple very peculiar things. The first thing that we should spot is that you can see that here, once the market violated that structure, the market started to recover. And you can see that the market started to trade in a minor bullish trend, right? And trading in this minor bullish trend, you can see that the pair formed the rising wedge pattern. A very nice rising wedge pattern here was formed. Then look what happened when the market tested the broken structure. After the test of the broken structure, you can see that immediately sellers reacted. Sellers reacted, and you can see that a strong bearish candle was formed. With the strong bearish candle, the price violated the support of the wedge, giving us the first strong bearish confirmation. Then let's investigate more and let's look for more clues, because we have here one more very important event. After the test of the broken structure, you can see that the market started to consolidate. You can see that the market started to coil, and you can see that the pair started to trade within the range. You can see that the market started to trade within this horizontal trading range. What this range signifies? This range signifies that at some moment the buying and selling volumes found the equilibrium. Supply met demand, and the market started to consolidate within that range. Usually within this range, smart money are accumulating their trading positions, and they are deciding where the market will go next. And one of the very reliable clues that you should look for when you spot the range is its breakout, the breakout of one of its boundaries. You can see that the support of the range here was the point, was the resort for the buyers to buy from. And you can see that the support of the range was the area from where the price bounced multiple times. At the same time, the resistance of the range was the narrow area from where multiple times the price dropped, right? And you can see that here we kind of respected this minor support and this minor resistance. Then you can see that the support of the range was broken. You can see that the price successfully violated the support of the range and closed below that on a 4-hour time frame. Why this event is so important here? Because as we discussed, within the range, supply met demand and the market found the equilibrium. The violation of the support of the range signifies the excess of supply on the market. It signifies that supply was stronger than the demand. And for that reason, the market managed to violate the support of the range, right? And for us, of course, it provides a very important bearish confirmation. For us, it gives a very nice bearish signal that confirms the strength of the sellers. So on a daily time frame, we spotted the important sign of strength of the sellers. On a daily time frame, we identified the breakout of a key structure. And then on the 4-hour time frame, from the intraday perspective, we also see the sign of strength of the sellers. Yes, that increases the probabilities that the breakout here was valid and that the broken structure is still important for the market participants. Still, the broken structure holds, right? And for that reason, a strong directional movement can initiate from that broken structure. So that continuation here is more than enough for us to make a decision to open a swing trade. So now we will discuss how exactly the trading position should look like here. Let me introduce if you still follow. Yes, show me, give me yes in the live chat if you still follow, if you are still listening this probably boring explanation, and just show me if everything is clear so far. Thanks, Raphael. Raphael says yes, gold is more interesting than AUD. We will definitely analyze gold traders. Don't worry, I have a lot of things to tell you about gold, so just keep watching and we'll check gold on each and every live stream. So definitely we will check that, so don't even worry about that. Yeah, and thanks for your yes, traders. So the breakout of the support of the range is our signal. That is our confirmation. And then after you see the sign of strength of the sellers, after you see this confirmation, there are two options for you. So the first option is once you see the sign of strength of the sellers, you just immediately short. You short from any level and you anticipate a bearish continuation. But what I prefer, what I always recommend my students to do, I always recommend then short on a retest of a broken structure. Yes, so our perfect entry for this swing short trade would be the retest of a broken support of the range. Shorting the market on a broken support of the range, opening the trading position here, where should be our stop loss? As you remember, the resistance of the range here is still the important resistance. It is still the intraday resistance that holds. It is the resistance from where we saw multiple strong bearish reactions just recently. So our safe stop loss will simply lie above that resistance, because our reasoning is that selling volumes accumulated within that range, and now the market is ready to go lower. So if the price violates the resistance of that range, we will become wrong. Yes, our reasoning will become invalid. So there's no reason to keep our stop loss above that blue resistance, that blue resistance. Now, our reasoning here is based on that range entirely, and bullish violation of the resistance of that range is more than enough to invalidate that trading setup. And placing the stop loss, it is always important for you to remember that stop loss level signifies the level where you become wrong in your predictions, where your analysis becomes invalid. Yeah, yes, and if you just place stop loss randomly just because you have some, you like some level, it doesn't work like that. Yes, you should have a very solid reasoning behind stop loss placement for all your trades. So stop loss will lie strictly above the resistance of the range. And then the take profit level for the trade will be the structures that we spotted on a daily. As you remember, on a daily time frame, we spotted our closest support. Our closest support is here. And we can assume that with a very high probability after the breakout of the structure, the market will drop all the way down to that blue support. So our target for the trade will be based on that support. So here will be the goal for our trade. So it is this swing trade, it is this swing trading opportunity that I see on Aussie dollar here. And you can see that now the market is trading above the entry already, so the position now is in a drawdown. But as you remember, we discussed that the most significant resistance is here based on the resistance of the range, so we'll assume that it will hold, and from that the market will drop. So let's see how it's going to go. Very interesting setup. Let me know, traders, what do you think about this trading setup? Let me know what are your thoughts about Aussie dollar, and do you agree with me that the here looks bearish? Hey guys, thanks for joining the live stream. And yeah, by the way, yes, remember that we have a lot of coming fundamentals today. Yes, we have a lot of important events that are coming, and we have some important US news coming today, the news in 6 hours. So remember that according to the rules of my strategy, even though I do not trade the fundamentals, even though I do not trade the data in the economic calendar, still I pay close attention to the timing of the release of the important news. And once I see some important news coming for the pair, I strictly protect my trading position ahead of the release of the news. It means that I will strictly move stop loss to entry once ahead of the release of this US jobs data, for example. So I always protect my trades ahead of the release of the important news. It means that, for example, if you are holding some trade on EUR/dollar, if you are, for example, shorting EUR/dollar, you see that there are some important news in 20 minutes, and it means that 10 minutes ahead of the news, move your stop loss to entry and protect your trade against to protect your trade against the stop hunting, volatility, and some irrational market movements, right? So Yes, let me introduce what we will analyze next. As I said, I also see some trading setup on Dow Jones Index. I see also a swing trading setup on New Zealand CAD pair with a very high potential profit, big potential profit. So let me know which one do you want me to check next. Now, many of you asked me to analyze Bitcoin. Let's briefly check Bitcoin because I guess you agree with me that the recent bullish rally on Bitcoin is quite peculiar. And what we see on gold is that the market finally started to recover. And once that low was reached, finally we started to trade in a minor bullish trend. And we can spot that from a simple price action analysis, we can see that the market is now keeps updating the highs, and the market also sets the higher lows, confirming the strong bullish trend on the pair. And I think that Bitcoin can easily keep growing. I think that the market has a very nice potential for growth. And I think that our closest strong resistance from a current perspective is right here, around 71,000 level. I think that it will be the next goal for the buyers, and we can anticipate more growth. Yes, for now, the market looks strongly bullish. The price action is very strongly bullish. So after the completion of the correctional movement, here we can anticipate more growth. So my bias is very bullish. Now let's check briefly WTI crude oil, and then we will check gold. So there's one important thing that happened with WTI crude oil recently. You can see that if we analyze the price action on a daily time frame, we see a clear minor bearish trend here. We have strong bearish trend since the beginning of April here, and we also have a minor bearish trend here. Again, you can see that we have a very bearish price action on WTI crude oil at the moment. And if we analyze the historical structures, if we analyze how the market moved recently, we can spot that at some time the market started to respect that key daily horizontal structure support. You can see that the market respected that support here multiple times, and then we violated the structure. You can see that we updated the local low. Here was our previous lower low, and we updated that. We set a new lower low, lower close here, and that signifies the strength of the bearish trend here. It means that bearish trend will most likely continue here. The violation of that low is a very important event for us, and we can assume that with a very high probability WTI crude oil will drop lower. From such a perspective, our closest support on WTI crude oil is right here. You can see that it is the closest historical structure that we see on the market. And I think that it will be the next goal for the sellers, and the market has a very nice potential for further bearish continuation now. If you're looking for shorting the market, consider looking for a retest of a broken structure. Consider waiting for a retest of a broken structure, and from that broken structure, look for a confirmation to sell. Yes, similarly to Aussie dollar pair, similarly to the trade that we discussed at the beginning of this live stream, before you open a short position, strictly wait for a confirmation. Wait for a signal before you open the trade. Let the market test that broken structure, and here look for some bearish price action pattern before you open your trading position. It will increase the accuracy of your trading setup. Then what briefly again about Bitcoin, Sam Miranda says Bitcoin violated market structure and made a new lower low but kept going higher. Remember that price action analysis does not does not give you the 100% accurate trading setups. There's no trading strategy in the world that would give you the 100% accuracy. And if you are talking about the violation of that support here and the formation of a new lower low, lower close here, of course, it looks like here we just got a very, very tricky manipulation. Looks like here the smart money, the big players, simply wanted the retail traders start selling, making them think that the market will drop much lower. But at that exact moment, they were grabbing the liquidity from the market, accumulating their long positions, and then the market just started to grow. So I guess it was just the manipulation here. We got a similar manipulation here as well. Yes, you can see that here we got a very significant support. Yes, that was broken. The market updated the low, and it was just the manipulation. Here, same thing happened. So just remember that when you see such a strong and crazy bullish trend going against the trend, shorting the market is very risky, because the market will manipulate you. The market will leave a lot of false bearish clues, and we can see two very tricky manipulations that occurred here in Bitcoin on a daily. So just be careful and know that it what happens. Now let's finally check gold. Let's check gold, and I see a question from Jepal, I think it's, and sorry if I pronounce your name incorrectly. What is liquidity? So it really depends if you ask this question. It really depends from which perspective you ask, because if you ask from the perspective of the banker, for example, the liquidity is one thing. From smart money concepts trader perspective, liquidity is another thing. How I see the liquidity, I see the liquidity as the areas on the price chart where the trading orders concentrate. When I talk about liquidity, I mean the areas, certain levels on the price chart where the market participants are most likely placing their orders. Let's just, for the sake of the example, let's check gold on a daily time frame. You can see that here we have a strong support here, this one, right? I hope you see that, and this one was respected multiple times in the past, this one. Then a little bit lower right here, we have one more support, this one. Yes, I hope you see that. And we have strong support here as well. And if we look left, we also have a strong support here. So you can see that here we have a lot of supports. We have a lot of supports that are lying very close to each other. And you can see that the market nicely respected the structures in the past. All the market participants see that, and all the market participants see the significance of the structures here. For that reason, we may assume that with a very high probability, buying orders will concentrate, yes, within this support, yes, and throughout the structures, within the structures, we will see the concentration of buying orders. Then, because the zones are lying very close to each other, we may assume that all the zones are just one single area. Yes, all the structures will compose one single zone, the liquidity zone, the demand zone, the zone where the trading orders concentrate. And we will assume that buying orders will be placed here within that zone. And remember that when you trade the financial markets, when you open the price chart of any financial instrument, you should always remember that the trading orders of the market participants are not equally distributed on a price chart. The distribution of the orders is not equal, and some areas will concentrate the huge volumes of trading orders, while some levels, some price levels, some areas will have a low concentration of trading orders. And the areas where we have a high density of the trading orders will be called the liquidity zones. Yes, I hope it is clear. And these zones are kind of the magnet for the price, because, for example, if because of some bearish news supply will exceed demand and the market will start falling. Yes, the market falls when supply exceeds demand, when there are more selling orders than the buying orders. The nature of the market will push the prices to the closest demand zone, liquidity zone, with the concentration of the buying orders, because only there supply will finally meet demand and the market will stop. Yes, and the market will stop falling. I hope that my reasoning is clear. But always remember that liquidity is a very specific term, and the explanation of what is liquidity really depends on what exactly you are doing and what exactly are you relying on. Yes, I hope it is clear. Just let me know if my discussion about liquidity is reasonable. Let me know if it makes sense to you. Yes. Guy says sometimes price tests a zone multiple times, but sometimes it hits the zone and bounces immediately back. How do you deal with that? We deal with that only with the confirmations. Yes, that is why the confirmations are so important, and that is why it is so important to analyze the price action once one of the structures, one of the zones are reached. Yes, only when, because without starting the price action within a specific zone, you cannot understand how the market participants act. You cannot understand what big players are doing. Only the price action analysis will help you to understand what is really going on. And yes, sometimes the market will simply break this zone. Sometimes the market will bounce from that multiple times. Sometimes the market will respect that just one time. Yeah, it's always different. Yeah. So anyway, now let's return back to gold analysis, and let's execute multiple time frame analysis for gold, and let's discuss what is really going on here. The first thing to note is that definitely we have a strong bullish trend, strong global bullish trend, and recently the market also updated the historic high. You can see that here we set a new higher high, higher close on a daily. And if we analyze the price action based on the highs and lows here, we can easily identify that the market is now trading within the rising parallel channel. You can see that the market is now trading within that wide channel. And many traders were wondering why exactly the market dropped from here, and if there were any clues that would confirm the strength of that level here. And I showed to my students that trend line here started initially from here. Yes, and you can see that if you analyze the significant high of 2022, you can easily spot that the market started to respect that trend line much earlier. And yeah, technical analysis could easily help you to identify that exact level from where the market dropped. Anyway, the market respected that trend line, and from that trend line, the market started to fall. We saw a correctional movement. And then look what happened. We got a significant falling trend line here. That trend line here was an important resistance. And you can see that 3 times in a row, the market dropped from that trend line. Then that trend line here was broken. And we can assume that after a breakout, the broken trend line then turned into vertical support. Yes, a strong vertical support. Then what we also can identify here is that we also got a very nice confluence here between that horizontal structure and that trend line. You can see that here we got a narrow contracting zone. Yes, the demand zone that was based on the broken trend line and the horizontal structure. And you can see that the market perfectly respected that demand zone. You can see that the demand zone here was respected, and from that the market started to grow. Then you asked why this movement occurred and how could you predict that. With my students on the live stream, when the markets tested that demand zone, we spotted a very nice bullish confirmation. If we study the price action on an hourly time frame, look what happened here. Look what exactly happened with the market when that demand zone was reached. You can see that when that demand zone was reached, the market formed here cup and handle formation. Very classic bullish pattern. And you can see that after the market formed the handle, you can see that we formed a strong bullish imbalance. We formed a high momentum bullish candle here. And again, for smart money traders, such a candle here is a very important event. This candle here signified the huge excess of demand on the market. And for that reason, such a strong bullish candle was formed. Then we retested the broken neckline of the pattern, and you can see that then a strong bullish movement initiated. So with the technical analysis, you could easily predict this bullish movement. Then if we return back to a daily time frame, we can spot that the price bounced and the price perfectly respected this horizontal structure here. You can see that here we have a strong daily structure resistance, and that resistance here was nicely respected, and you can see that now the market is testing that structure. Let me know, traders, if you follow so far, and let me know if my analysis makes sense to you and you follow. Just show me that you are not slipping and you are still watching and listening. So we are bullish here, right? We are bullish. We discussed that we are trading in a bullish trend. We recently updated the high. We started the correctional movement. And finally, we see some sign of strength of the buyers after the test of a significant demand zone. Of course, because the trend is bullish, probabilities are high that this correctional movement will soon end, that this correctional movement will complete soon. And now our task is simply to look for the bullish clues and look for bullish confirmation that will increase the probabilities that bullish wave will initiate soon, right? So what we see is that after the test of the demand zone, one important thing happened. You can see that here the market started to trade within a very peculiar falling channel. Do you see this channel here? We have a very nice falling parallel channel here, and the price nicely respected the resistance of the channel here multiple times, and the support of the channel was respected multiple times. Here we have a perfect example of a bullish flag pattern. Here is the flagpole, and here is the flag itself. Why this flag here is so important? Again, if we analyze the price action within the flag, we can spot that within this flag we have a minor bearish trend. You can see that here we have a very bearish price action within the flag, and we have a minor bearish trend. What we should look for now to confirm the resumption of a bullish trend, we should look for a bullish breakout of the resistance of the flag. And also, because we have also this horizontal resistance here, it's highly recommendable to let the market violate not only the resistance of the flag, but also this horizontal resistance. It will increase the probabilities that the breakout will be valid. So you should look for a bullish breakout of the resistance of the flag. It will give you a very strong bullish confirmation. After the breakout, we can expect the resumption of a bullish trend. We can expect the test of that resistance first. This is our first key daily structural resistance. And then we will have a very nice potential to reach the level of the current high. So that is the trading setup that you should pay close attention to now, because I think that the bullish violation of the resistance of the flag and the bullish violation of that horizontal resistance will give us a very strong bullish signal. Also remember that the market may stay within the flag for a long period of time, and there's no guarantee that the resistance of the flag will be broken soon. The market may easily respect the resistance of the flag. The market may easily drop from the resistance of the flag, and the market may easily set a new lower low within the flag. So also be prepared for such a scenario. It will strictly depend on the news, and it will depend on the fundamental data. Let me know, traders, if you have any questions so far concerning my gold analysis. Let me know if you have any questions regarding my analysis, and also let me know what are your personal expectations from gold. Let me know what do you anticipate from gold this week, and probably what are your expectations from gold during the end of summer. And let me know what do you think. Now let's briefly execute the lower time frame analysis, and let's check how the price reacts to the resistance of the flag, and let's look for some clues over there. So let's just clean the chart a little bit so you could better see what I'm talking about. So when I was analyzing gold yesterday, I also spotted that the market formed a very nice cup and handle pattern here. Yes, after the test of the resistance of the flag, we formed the inverted cup and handle pattern, and you can see that the neckline of the pattern was broken. I did not short the market because when I was analyzing this pattern, I spotted a very significant support cluster right here, this 4-hour support cluster. So I thought that no, I will not short, because come on, we have so strong support here and it will most likely be respected. And the market truly respected that, and you can see that that the market respected that 4-hour structure. Rajat says, can you please explain how could you have traded gold? So one of the best opportunities that you could spot after the test of that blue demand zone is, as I said, the cup and handle formation here. And your perfect long trade here could be the retest of a broken neckline of this pattern here, take profit the resistance, stop loss lying below the lows of the pattern. That could be a very perfect day trade for you. That is how you could easily trade this pattern here. So what else do we see here? So on a 4-hour time frame, I guess nothing special. Let's check the hourly, and let's check if we have some clues here as well. So I think. Let me think. Yeah, we can spot that on an hourly time frame, we also formed cup and handle pattern. Yes, and it wasn't really the cup and handle even. It looks like we got some triangle pattern here. Yes, we violated its support. We dropped to that support, respected that, and then started to grow. Yeah, so we have nothing so special here from the intraday perspective at the moment. Yes, we are testing now we are testing now a very significant structure here. It is a very significant zone to pay close attention to. It is the decision zone for gold at the moment, and the reaction of the price to that zone will determine what will happen with gold next. And I do believe that these fundamentals can be the important trigger for the breakout of the resistance of the flag and of that horizontal resistance here. So I would suggest waiting for the release of the news today, because the release of the news will clarify where the market will go next this week. Yes, so pay close attention to the news. Emmanuel says, can you kindly touch again how to draw valid key supports and resistances and how to differentiate between valid and invalid ones? Yeah, so let's do it. Let me briefly explain. Let me clean the chart and explain again. So when I am drawing key supports and resistances, the first thing that I do, I identify the key points, the points from where the reversal occurred. For example, over here we have a strong horizontal resistance. From that level exactly, in the past, the market dropped. Yes, that is the exact level from the market dropped. It is the key resistance. But then I also draw the zone, and the zone is based on the highest candle close here. So what I'm looking for the highest candle close. It is right here. And I draw the zone. That is my resistance. Same thing with the support. You can see that, for example, here, from that exact level, the price bounced. From that exact level, we saw a bullish movement. That is our key support. That is our key support level. And then you can see that what I do, I also consider the lowest candle close here. Yes, I see the candle close here, the lowest candle close here. So my support is that zone. Yes, that is how I draw support and resistance levels. Also, by the way, on my YouTube channel, there is the separate playlist, structure analysis. There I recorded a lot of lessons about support and resistance levels identification, so you can check that. There are a lot of lessons about supports and resistances analysis in this playlist. And now a couple of words about the invalid supports and resistances. I see one of such structures. I think, let me think, probably here. Yes, let's take this one. So look, we have here the resistance. Yes, we have this resistance, the structure from where the market started to drop. We assume that in the past it will be a strong resistance. Remember that once you spotted the key structures, there's no guarantee that the market will respect that in future. Yes, there's no guarantee that in future, once the market tests that, the market will react to that. Yes, it just, the key structure just increases the probabilities that certain area will be respected. So, for example, we have a strong resistance, presumably strong resistance here. And we assume that in future that resistance here will be respected. Then what we see is that the market violates that resistance. The market violates that resistance, and we assume that if the market did not respect that resistance here, probably that structure here turns into support now. And then we expect that from that broken structure, we will see a bullish movement, that it now turned into support. Then we can see that the market tests that, and we see a nice bullish reaction to that structure. Then we see that the market violates that structure here, and we assume that now that structure turns into resistance again. Yes, we assume that that structure now turns into resistance. Yes, and you can see that the market starts respecting that. Yes, and you can see that 2 times the market respected that that resistance. Then, yeah, it keeps respecting that, it is still a strong resistance. Then, yeah, I choose, yeah, look, so here, yes, we assume that it is now a breakout of that resistance. And now that breakout here, after the breakout, that resistance turns into support. Yes, and yeah, it is respected. Yeah, that was a bad example. Let me, that was the bad example. Let me give you another one for this structure invalidation. Let me just find the the valid one. Yeah, it's very complicated to find the example of the structure invalidation here. Wait. Let's study it right here. Yeah, I think, no, not this one. Yeah. By the way, on my YouTube channel, there is a video, the invalid support and resistance levels. You can watch that because there I found a lot of examples of of how the market invalidates the key levels, because it is quite quite hard to find the valid example live. So probably, yeah, the best solution will be to I guess I found one example here, or not. Yeah, I think just search on my YouTube channel the invalid support and resistance levels. That will be the best. Yeah, finally, I guess I see one here. So you can see that here we got a strong resistance. Yes, and after the breakout, yeah, I guess it's still not good. Okay, anyway, check the video, because I guess I can look for such a structure for an hour now. Yeah, so let's return back to our gold chart, and yeah, just concentrate our attention on the flag here. Yeah, and that will be the focus. Raphael says, for gold, just wait for the news and then wait for the reaction, because right now there is no clear direction. Yes, exactly. So you are waiting for, you check the economic calendar, you see some important news coming. Yes, you open the economic calendar, you see some important news coming, and you know that this news can be the catalyst for the market. This news can be the reason of the initiation of a strong movement, right? And you wait for this news and you wait for the release of the news. Then the market reacts. And then you just meet the predictions about the future direction of the market, relying on the reaction of the price to the news, because of course the fundamental news are the driver for the market. Yes. CK says, is that a bullish Harami candle formation on gold on a daily time frame? I'm not sure how Harami candle looks, but I see nothing special here at the moment, honestly. I guess the only candlestick pattern that could be important here is the inside bar formation. You can see that we have this bearish candle, and then the consequent candles are trading within the range of the so-called modest bar. So I guess that can be the only important candlestick pattern formation here. So that is what I see. Forex Live says, Vasily, did you attend any occasion? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you are asking. So yeah, traders, that's basically my gold analysis. Now, your questions. So Amar Veer also asks, how important is fair value gap? Well, I don't really like the fair value gap pattern. I know this 3 candles pattern. I guess here is the example of the fair value gap. Yes, we have, so that the wicks of the first and the third candle do not match. I don't like this pattern. I don't believe this pattern, and I I like the imbalance pattern more, the bullish imbalance, the bullish engulfing candle pattern, when the body of the candle engulfs the range of the previous candle. I think that is more reliable than the fair value gap. I watched a lot of videos of guys explaining the significance of fair value gaps and stuff, and this three candles pattern. Then I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't think that it is the reliable pattern to treat. But I can be wrong. Probably there are the situation when the fair value gap works, but I haven't seen such an edge with trading relying on this pattern. Now, let's check pound yen. I saw a question about pound yen. Let's check pound yen and let me now answer your questions. Also, remember, by the way, as I said, I see the swing trading setup on New Zealand CAD pair to discuss, and I see the setup on US30 index to discuss. So let me know if you're interested. Kenneth says you need to take fair value gap after liquidity grab structure break. Kenneth, try bullish imbalance with the engulfing candle instead of fair value gap after liquidity grab. It will be much better than just the fair value gap. Trust me, with fair value gap you will have a lot of false signals, but with the engulfing candle after the liquidity grab, it will be much better. So what we see on the pound yen pair now is that we saw strong correction, and the market reached this very strong support. Yes, you can see that we have a very significant support that the market reached, and you can see that after the test of that support, the market finally started to consolidate. And for now, the price is respecting that recently broken support that now turned into resistance. Yes, the market is now stuck within a narrow range here, this one. And what we know is that pound yen pair is a very bullish pair. We are trading in a long-term bullish trend here, and the market is strongly bullish. It is important because it makes me think that this bearish movement here that we saw recently is simply a correction. It is simply a correctional movement in a bullish trend. And after the completion of the correction, bullish trend will most likely resume, and the market will go higher and at least retest the level of the current high. So the consolidation right here and the fact that the market finally stopped falling after a test of this significant support here makes me think that the market may easily resume a bullish trend from that support. And what do we need to confirm that the market returns back to a global bullish trend? We need a bullish breakout of that resistance. Yes, if the price violates that resistance, if a daily candle closes above that resistance, for us it will be a very significant event. For us it will be a very significant violation that will confirm the strength of the buyers. It will confirm that the market returns back to a global bullish trend, and we can anticipate growth. So if you're looking for a strong bullish trend following signal on the pound yen pair, just wait for the completion of the accumulation here within that range and wait for a bullish breakout of that resistance. It will give you a very strong bullish signal. Yes, Astra, I hope that you agree with my thoughts. Ernest says you can clearly see the maestro Vasily is not drinking for a long time. Yeah. Yeah. So now let's check your pound. Traders, please remember that if I don't answer your question, there can be the chance that I simply missed your question. Occasionally the live chat is moving very quickly and I simply can miss your question. So if I do not answer your question after, I don't know, 15 minutes, just ask again. Yes, because I can easily miss the question. So with European pair, the situation now is very tricky. So even though we are trading In a bearish trend, recently we saw some important bullish clues. You can see that on a daily time frame, the pair formed a double bottom pattern here and even managed to violate its snake line with a high momentum bullish candle. After the violation, though, the market respected that horizontal resistance, and from that resistance we dropped. Now if we analyze the trend lines, we can spot that here we have the trend line, this recently broken trend line. That is now a strong support, and also we have a strong horizontal support here. We have a strong horizontal support here. So feels like we have a lot of supports here ahead on European pair, and I think that first European may drop lower. Yes, after the strong bearish movement, the market still did not reach the significant support, so we may drop lower, and I think from the supports we may see a pullback. But there's, yeah, you can see that there's nothing special here at the moment to watch. Yes, our closest daily resistance is here, very far from current price levels, and our closest support cluster is somewhere here. So the market still has a nice potential to drop lower. Yes, that is what I see. Amarveer says, if pound yen interest rate increase, can we see bullish on JPY? Man, you know what is happening with JPY with any euro, with any yen pair for years? It's crazy. So it's not. I don't know. You can see that since COVID, yen is under strong bearish pressure. Yeah, 52% here. That's crazy. It's not a shitcoin. It is the third or fourth currency in the world. That's crazy. So it can easily go higher and higher and higher because it is already in such a trend for 4 years, and it feels like it can be in such a trend for 4 years more. So trend is always our friend, so it is always better to be on the side of the trend. Now, what will be the next one? I think, let's check US 100 index. US 100 index. No one wants more swing trades, so let's check US 100. So we dropped recently, and finally the correctional movement started on US 100 index, and the price stopped falling around that daily support. Yes, we reached that support and we stopped falling. Then what we can spot is that on a 4-hour time frame, after that support was reached, the market started to consolidate. You can see that on a 4-hour time frame, we are now consolidating within this horizontal range. And again, as I already explained about the ranges, this range signifies the accumulation of trading volumes. And because the global trend is bullish, because we are trading in a global bullish trend, and we reached a very strong support after a correction, trading in a strong bullish trend, chances are high that from that support, yes, a bullish movement will initiate, and your bullish confirmation here, your bullish signal here will be a bullish break out of the resistance of the range. It will push the prices higher, and your goal for the trade will be at least that horizontal structure resistance. So main focus now is that range. Pay close attention to this one and wait for a breakout of its resistance. It will give you a strong bullish signal. Alternatively, remember that if the price violates that daily horizontal structure support and drops lower, then the market will have a very nice potential to drop to that support. Yes, it can easily happen. You can see that we have a minor bearish trend here on US 100 at the moment, so correction easily continues. So I guess again the news will clarify what will happen with the market today. Now Ernest asked to analyze pound Swiss. On pound Swiss pair, we took a long trade with my students earlier this week. On Friday we spotted a very bullish setup on the pair with my students. We spotted the test of that key daily structure support. Yes, with my students, we spotted this very significant key level, very important one. We spotted the test of that structure and we were looking for a confirmation to buy the market from that structure. And what we spotted was a very nice cup and handle formation on the 4-hour time frame. What we spotted was, well, here is the pattern that we spotted. Yes, and we decided to buy the breakout of the neckline of this cup and handle pattern. Yes, though the long trade was opened on a retest of a broken neckline here, stop loss was lying below the lows, and the target for the trade was the closest 4-hour resistance, this one right here. So we, the risk to reward for the trade was around 1.1. So here was the pullback trade that we spotted with my students. And what we see now is that the market reached, this resistance here, and it is kind of the important decision moment for the market now. Bullish broke out of that resistance. 4-hour candle close above that resistance will give us a strong bullish signal that will push the prices to that resistance cluster. While if you're looking for a bearish signal, you can spot that here we have a local range on the 4-hour time frame. You can see that here the price is stuck within that narrow range, and your bearish signal here can be a bearish breakout of that horizontal support. Yes, it will push the prices lower. So if you're looking for shorting, you can consider a bearish breakout of that support. It will give a nice bearish confirmation to you. Yes. What will be the next one? Let me introduce which pair do you want me to analyze next for you. Let's check Swiss yen. I see a question from Liesel about Swiss yen here. Let's check it and discuss. So what is currently going on with Swiss yen pair is that also, similarly to pound yen pair, Swiss yen is now accumulating on a key horizontal structure support. You can see that here we have a significant support that was reached, and after the test of that support, the market started to accumulate within that horizontal trading range. So I do believe that, again, a bullish breakout of the resistance of that range will confirm that the market returns to a global bullish trend. I think that the violation of that resistance will give us a strong bullish signal, and it will signify that the market returns back to global bullish trend. So that can be a very strong bullish signal for you. So for now, everything depends on the reaction of the price to the boundaries of that range here. Yes, I hope it is clear. Traders, show me if you are still here and watching and listening. Show me your presence and show me that you are still still interested in the continuation of this live stream. And why no one wants to know the swing trading setup on New Zealand CAD? That's so sad. And why no one wants to see the analysis for US30? That's strange. Because on the previous live stream everyone wanted me to check US30. And many viewers asked to check gold as always, but also US30 during the live stream. And on today's live stream, no one wants me to analyze US30 index. So what will be the next one? I saw a question about Aussie New Zealand from CK. Let's check Aussie New Zealand and discuss what is happening there. So looks like Aussie New Zealand is very overheated pair. Yes, and but there's one important thing that happened with Aussie New Zealand. From a weekly time frame perspective, on Aussie New Zealand here, we got the range, right? We got this huge range. Yes, the huge range that the market respected for 2 years. Yes, 2 years the market was trading within that range. And by the way, thanks for showing me your presence, cheaters. Thanks for still being here and watching. Just got a new coffee. Nice. Yeah, I really need one as well. Yeah, I really need one as well. So we were trading within that range for 2 years. For 2 years, we were stuck within that range here. And look what happened with the market recently. Recently, the market successfully violated the resistance of that huge weekly range. I think it is a very important event for the pair, and most likely the violation of that will trigger further bullish continuation on Aussie New Zealand. Such a violation here is very significant, and now the pair has a very nice potential to go much higher. The broken sticker here now turned into a huge zone of demand. It is now a significant, huge zone of demand from where this growth may start, right? So that's what I see. Let's now check the daily. In the daily, we see a local consolidation here. After the breakout of a weekly structure, you can see that the market started to trade within that range here. Yes, again the range. You can see how often the markets form the ranges. And those who are looking for a swing signal here on Aussie New Zealand, those who are looking for a nice swing long trade on Aussie New Zealand, should consider the breakout of the resistance of that range. Yes, if we violate the resistance of that range, if we close above that on a daily, it will be a very strong bullish signal that will push Aussie New Zealand much higher. So that's why I think that you should pay close attention to that range and wait for a breakout of its resistance. It will give a strong signal to you. Now let's check pound yen. David asks to analyze, but it's all the yen pairs. Yeah. Man, this is what we spotted. Just how many? 15 minutes ago when we analyzed pound yen. Yes, that's the range. Yes, as many yen pairs. Pound yen is trading in a global bullish trend. We are trading in a global bullish trend. In this global bullish trend, we reached that key support. We respected that. We started to trade within the range. So we are waiting for the breakout of the resistance of the range. It will give a strong bullish signal. So now let's check New Zealand CAD pair. Really wanted to show you New Zealand CAD pair because I think on New Zealand CAD pair it can be a very profitable swing trading setup for us to trade. What I see on New Zealand CAD pair is that, look, if we zoom out the chart and analyze the price action from last year, we can spot on New Zealand CAD this significant rising trend line. Yes, very important one. We have a very important trend line here that the market respected many times in the past. And look how the price respected that. Look how significant bullish movements, look how strong bullish movements initiated from that trend line. It is truly significant. And recently we tested that trend line. You can see that the market was falling rapidly and then that trend line was tested. And Raja, thanks for being here the first time. I hope that you enjoy it. Helmi, thanks for, I guess you spotted the signal on my free Telegram channel, right? And took it. I'm happy that you are in profits. Tito says, with technical analysis, how much your win rate, brother? So this year, the win rate is around 65%. And my winning rate fluctuates depending on the season from 61, 62 to 70%. So some years are very nice. Some years are a bit worse. For example, the beginning of this year was quite bad. And the win rate at the beginning of this year was not good, I would say. So it really depends on the season, but the average will be around 65%. Yeah. So we tested that trend line. And from that trend line, a significant bullish movement may initiate. From that trend line, a bullish movement may initiate at least to that trend line. Our closest strong resistance on New Zealand CAD will be that falling trend line, and the market may easily reach that. With that being said, on the 4-hour time frame, you can see that here we formed a double bottom pattern. Quite weird one, but still this one can be valid here. And you can see that here we have quite a significant neckline of the pattern. The neckline of the pattern here is the strong intraday resistance. It is a strong intraday resistance that the price for now nicely respects. And I do believe that a bullish violation of that neckline, a 4-hour candle close above that, can give us a strong bullish signal. And yes, and then buying on a retest, we can expect a bullish movement all the way up to that trend line. At least to that trend line, I would say. And it will be the first goal for the trade. So it can be a very nice swing trading opportunity here. The only thing that you need is to wait for a 4-hour candle close above the neckline, right? And then just set your buy limit order on a retest of a broken neckline. Here can be a very safe and very nice swing trading opportunity for you on New Zealand CAD pair. So pay close attention to this one. Yeah. Guy says, do you only swing trade? No, I day trade and swing trade. Just, it just happened that for today's live stream, there are the swing trades. Yeah, so sometimes on the live streams we discuss the day trades. I guess most of the time we discuss the day trades. It just turned out that for today's live stream, we have a lot of swing trades. Yes, it is just the markets are giving us the more swing trades now than the day trades. That's the only reason why there are so many swing trades during today's live stream. But of course, I take more day trades than swing trades because day trades form more often. Yeah. Now let's check dollar Swiss. Question from Ernest about dollar Swiss. Let's check it and discuss with my students. We discussed dollar Swiss yesterday, and on dollar Swiss, we are currently watching this trend line. You can see that dollar Swiss pair is now trading in a bearish trend on a daily, and the price nicely started to respect that trend line here. And I think that trend line can give us profitable trading setup. So what I'm looking for the test of that trend line. I'm looking for the test of that trend line. And after the test of that trend line, I'm looking for a signal to sell. You can see that if we analyze the 4-hour time frame, on the 4-hour time frame, we have a rising parallel channel here. And your plan can be to let the price trade within the boundaries of the channel, and you can let the price test that trend line. You can wait for the test of that trend line, and after the test of that trend line, you can look for a breakout of the support of the channel. That will give you a very strong bearish trend following signal. So that is the main focus now on a dollar Swiss pair. Now, what will be the next one? New Zealand yen. Josh asks to analyze New Zealand yen pair. Let's check it and discuss what is up on New Zealand yen. Again, like many other yen pairs, we got a rapid, strong bearish rally here. Crazy bearish movement. And with this bearish movement, yeah, the pair lost almost 10%. And you can see that we reached that support. After the test of that support, here we started to trade within the range again. Yes, we started to trade within this horizontal range. What we see now is the breakout attempt of the resistance of the range. And I do believe that a bullish breakout, a daily candle close above the resistance of that range, will be a very important event. You can see that will be the important sign of strength of the buyers. That will be an important bullish signal. That will most likely confirm the resumption of a bullish trend. So that range will be your main focus now. Wait for a daily candle close above that resistance. It will give a strong bullish confirmation. Now, pound CAD pair. Pound CAD. Let's check pound CAD and discuss where's the pound CAD pair. Here it goes. So pound CAD also looks quite overheated. It is rallying and rallying and rallying like crazy. And we are now very close to a significant weekly resistance. If we open a weekly time frame, you can see that here, yeah, we have some important weekly resistances. We are very close to these resistances, and I think that we may see a correctional movement soon. However, the problem is that that yellow area right here is very wide. Yes, if we measure how many pips are within that area, it's around 100 pips area. So it's very hard to predict from which point exactly we will see a correction. So just monitor the price action now. You can see that we are already started to slow down. You can see that we saw quite a strong bullish impulse, and then we started to slow down. So probably we will keep slowing down within this channel, and I think a bearish break out of the support of the channel can give a strong bearish signal here. But by the way, remember that the trend here is strongly bullish, and I would not recommend going against the trend here. I think that it's better to let the market initiate a correctional movement. It is better to let the market drop and then look for a bullish signal. Yes, because it is always better to be on the side of the trend. It gives you the trend following trading gives you the much higher accuracy. Now, Euro New Zealand. Tito says, how do you respond to a fake break out of a trend line or support or resistance? So, honestly, I do not like trading false breakouts. Once I see the false breakout of a structure, I just don't believe that structure in future anymore. Yes, I won't trust that structure in future. If this structure is broken one time with a false breakout, it can be broken many times in future. Yeah, and you know, if your girlfriend cheated you one time, she will definitely do that many times in future. That is the old Russian wisdom. So same thing with the trend lines and supports and resistances, bro. So once you see the false breakout, forget it and don't rely on that in future. Then Euro New Zealand pair. Let's check it and discuss. So on Euro New Zealand pair, we see that the market finally, yeah, and this growth here on Euro New Zealand is crazy, and Euro New Zealand reached this resistance, and the market nicely respected that resistance, and we finally see some correction. Yeah, you can see that, but the problem is that we have a lot of supports here now. Yes, we have a lot of supports here. So definitely the market is very overheated. Definitely we are trading in this huge range here, and definitely it is time for the correction. But the problem is that it is very risky to sell the market here. It is very risky to open short because we have so many supports and we are trading in such a strong bullish wave here. So I anticipate the correction. I think that the market should keep correcting, but I will not trade this correction simply because it will be the very risky trade against the trend. I hope that you understand that. Yeah. So pound New Zealand. Very similar thing with pound New Zealand. The volatility on all these pairs is so crazy, man. It is so crazy. And on pound New Zealand also, yeah, we reached this historic structure. We reached this historic structure here. That historic structure here was reached. We tested that and we respected that. And here, moreover, we got a very strong intraday bearish confirmation. You can see that here the market formed the triangle pattern. Yes, you can see that here we formed a very nice descending triangle formation. We violated its snake line, retested that, and dropped rapidly. Now the pair is testing that 4-hour structure support, and I think that we will expect more correction on the pair after confirmed breakout of that support. That for our intraday support is so far a very significant support to look at. So it's bearish breakout, it's 4-hour violation, and 4-hour candle close below that will be a very strong bearish signal. So that's basically it, traders. Yeah, we discussed a lot of pairs. Yes, we discussed a lot of instruments today. I hope that you enjoyed the discussion. Yeah, I really liked the setups that we spotted today, especially the one on Aussie dollar pair, the one that we started the live stream with. Thanks for joining. Thanks for your questions. As always, do not forget to subscribe to my social networks. I have a Telegram channel where I share free signals on a daily basis. I have Instagram, Twitter, I have Facebook group, Trading VPH, so all the links are in the description of this live stream. Also, if you're interested in premium stuff, I have VIP signals group for you. I have a premium course book for you that teaches my trading strategy, and I have a trading academy where I do this live streams on a daily basis. As always, do not forget to like this live stream, share your comments, share your feedbacks, and thank you for watching and listening, traders.